Morning, Scruffites. Here we are again. Nice sunny day outside, coffee in hand, and hopefully going to be a great day. Well, let's find out, shall we, on this wonderful morning, just after 8 on the 19th of the 8th. So why am I a little bit late doing this? Because I'm normally at it around 7 o'clock. Well, I really just wanted to see what the news was at 7. There was the inflation rate this morning, which is here, and I wanted to see what effect it had on the market. Looks like it hasn't really affected the Forex markets much, but the FTSE dropped like a bullet this morning, and hopefully it will recover a little bit later. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that. Just dropped, bump, but went down, started to come back up again. Could be just the open, who knows. But the other event that I'm going to be keeping an eye on today is later on this afternoon at about 1:30. You have the Canadian inflation rate. And the reason I'm keeping an eye on it is because I've been watching the US CAD for about a week, and it has been royally plummeting, and I'm just wanting to see if that's going to slow down. So that's kind of the news for today. There's only really one to pay attention to this afternoon, which is this. And when you look at what's happening on the strength meters, it's a little bit better than it was yesterday. For those of you who saw yesterday, you saw everything was on the up, and there's been a shift in pace because the New Zealand dollar was at the bottom and today it's at the top. So who knows? So I'm keeping a close eye on it. And it's the New Zealand dollar is another one that I'm watching as a swing trade. And when I go on the charts, I'll show you that. So that could be a final push up before it goes the other way. And I'll show you for why in just a second. And the other one is the yen. The yen's had a bit of a battering through the night, and it has lost a lot of ground, which is good because it now opens up some good opportunities. So let's have a look, see what the charts have in store. Okay. So the markets I'm kind of looking at today is these four, and then I'm going to trim them down as to which one gives the best opportunity sometime this morning. But as I was saying, I'm looking at this more as it's a swing term trade rather than a day trade. And it's an interesting market because when you look at this, it's not really telling you anything. And if you pull it out to an hour, it tells you even less because it's actually telling you it is going up. All right. You think, yes, look at that. That is on a move. You're possibly right, it is. But it's only going to get as far as here, if it's lucky. All right. It's kind of topping out now, and you can see that. But it did break this level. So I'd want to see it come back under. And my entry point for my short is actually down here somewhere. I may do a midterm one just to there, get in and out, and then do it again. But once it breaks this down here, I am definitely interested in taking this on a long run. And I'm going to show you why. See, if you pull this out to the daily, it starts telling you a different picture. See, that's saying, yes, it's on its way up, it's on its way up. But on the big picture, I think it's on its way down. See, it pushed up, consolidated, massive push up, consolidated. but the energy wasn't there to push it up. See how strong that drive is? Well, that drive isn't there much anymore. Okay, the steam's kind of run out. And if you take it out to a weekly, you can see it's big push up, but it's now pushing down. It's come up a little bit. And I think the signs are there for it to come down, you know. And when it comes down, it's going to brush this section here. You know, it's going to take a little while for it to play out. You know, come down, crack that area to brush the bottom of these, and if it gets through that, it's here and here, and they're the area that I'm looking for, and that's a good old move. That, so that's the long-term play on this pair. So we'll be kind of watching that with interest. But in the meantime, you can still get meat off the bones. For all it's saying the New Zealand dollar is nice and strong, it doesn't mean it's going to continue to rise. And I've said this so many times, and I used to show my spreadsheet a lot, and I don't, because people genuinely think it's a trigger. It's not. All it's for is to show me movement, and that is exactly the same. Hold on, I'll show you. Is this. It's not telling you that's going up, so that has to go down. It's telling you there's going to be some movement between these two currencies. And as we all know, when you jump into the market, just because you think it's going up doesn't mean to say that it is, you know, but it's a higher probability that there's going to be a shift of balance somewhere on these two. So that makes it a good candidate to look at. So let us have a look at it right now. Okay, so here we go. This is the 4 hour. We can see that it's consolidated quite a bit. It's broke out, it's come down, but it's come back into the area. It's cracked the level, and where we want to be looking, if we just do, this is a 4 hour, so this is like a bigger area. Just, oh, computer's conked out. Fantastic. Right. Just put a fib on there. Oh, bloody hell. Early morning gremlins. Probably the computer hasn't had enough coffee. But I've got mine, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. He does, actually. Right, so this picture here is telling you something quite different. If you remember, I tell you can buy into a 50%, you can buy out or sell out of a 50%. Well, that's kind of what's happening now. Okay, so there's an area of interest right here. Okay, it's a decent level, as you can see. All right. My blacks are not the strongest levels. My strongest ones are the reds, which is up on the top here. Which again, you can see it's been up there. It's brushed it a few times. Let's drill this down onto an hour, just so we can see a better makeup of what's going on. So there's your drive, which has come to its end, and it's come back into a range. So this is interesting, because we now don't know whether this is going to do like a micro trend or whether it's going to stay within this range. For the short term, I think it's going to stay within it. So I'm looking for it to retrace back a little bit and then get back into the center ground with a journey up here. So my first targets will be around here somewhere. Okay, and that'll, there we are, yeah, 30 pips-ish. All right, so there's a good opportunity. So let that come down, turn up into the middle, get paid, happy days. All right. And let's just drop it further down just so we can actually see it. Yeah. Okay, there we are. So you've had your little drive up, come down, fib on, so let's see exactly what's going on. Top to top. Yeah, so it's bringing me back to this area. All right, it's all maths. So all this is, it's just maths and probability. All right, so everything tells me it's here. So I'll wait for that to come down to here, and then I'll watch to see what the reaction is. If it breaks underneath this tail here, I'll look to get to down there. If it turns round, breaks a high of one of the previous candles, it'll be into the middle of here. So there's a good opportunity with this, and you back that up with what you've just seen, movement, good market to trade. All right. Now I've done that. Now I like to trade the pound simply because, check my accent, contrary to belief, I am not Australian. I come from Durham in the north of England. Go figure. You know, some people are just nuts. Anyway, who knows? But then again, I do like the beach and I do like a beer, so maybe I was just born on the wrong continent. And if I was, I should have been born in America, because my favorite place is Florida. I do like California as well, actually. Venice Beach is an amazing place. Sorry. Right. What are we looking at with this one? This is the pound yen. It's a good moving market, and there is quite a bit of strength in it. See down here. Overnight, the pound has gathered pace, and the yen didn't half lose it. Okay, so that interests me quite a bit. All right, the bit that concerns me is up here, because it still has a little bit of strength in it, and they are pretty close on the number scale. All right, but the change of strength over the last couple of days has been the pound going that way and the yen is going that way. So that tells me that there's a little bit of movement within it, which is why I want to have a look at it today. Now it's already at a midpoint on an hourly. Take it out to a 4 hour just so I can see the bigger picture. And we can see that it's been up, it's rested, it's pushed up, it's come down, it's pushed up, but it's up here somewhere. So I want to see it either come down to around this area, and then I'll be looking to get back in on an up move. Okay. And just take this out so you can actually see it. There we are. And this is for why I want to get on that up move. You see, guys, when a lot of traders are out there, they trade off a 5-minute chart, and they're trying to get their information off that 5-minute chart. It's really just like having a jug and scooping a little bit out of the sea, and then having a look in it to see what lives in the sea. The chances of you having something in that jug is pretty slim. You need to be in the sea, and the sea is here. It's your weeklies and your dailies. And as you can see, it pushed right the way down. It retraced, didn't go back down anywhere there. It slammed up, it retraced, but that is a damn sight higher than this, which is telling me this, the energy is up. It has now come back through. It has breached the top of these on a weekly, which is telling me the push is that way. Okay, so that is your first clue. Take it onto the daily so you can see it a little bit better. And then you can see the waves moving up. See, it's cracked. So its logical point is to come down here. If it breaks that, it'll get to there, but I'll still be looking to go higher. And I'm wanting it to test this level. But from there to there is a good move. So there's meat on the bones. And then you keep an eye on it, you know, and if you can get a runner running and it breaks, you can have a stop under here. And then your next target point is way up here. So your risk reward is really very good. You know, a lot of what I do when I'm day trading is almost hybrid trading. Because as much as I'm day trading, I'm also looking to see if there's something that'll swing and keep going. And if it does, I'll leave it on and I just let it run. You know, and I often have positions that are swing trades that have come from my day trades, and that's one of the reasons why I break it up, because I keep telling you, nobody knows how far the market will go. So you carve out what you can, and if something keeps on going, let it go, but make certain you pay it first. Okay, so that's kind of the play on this. So I'll just drop it back to an hour. Like you say, it's got a good way to get down here. So my overall theory is that way. So I wait, you know, because I had this out the other day. Somebody was asking me why I don't try and catch. If I know it's coming down here to go up, why don't I just trade it down and then catch the up? Because then I'll fall victim to overtrading. And that is your account killer. And watch for the video on that this week, because I'm going to go more into it simply because I'm asked all the time. You know, and I just want to kind of address it and explain a little bit as to why it hurts your account. You know, I was talking to a guy yesterday. He's relatively new, and he was saying he did his back testing on 15 trades a day, and I'm like, good results, but that can't go well indefinitely. You know, eventually it'll catch you out, and it's just one of those things. It's lovely and it's nice to see the winners, and it's great to be in the market. But the click of your mouse when you're actually pressing your buy order or your sell order, that is the last part of the puzzle. The main part is looking at the charts and then just deciding, well, that's where I want to be, and this is where I want to get to. You know, and once you've drilled everything down to that point, then you wait till the good entry. So my good entry is going to be this area here, hopefully down there, but anywhere from there upwards, you know. So I've still got, it's got to come down 30 odd ticks for me to enter. I'll just wait, you know. If the train leaves the station without me, don't matter. Didn't win anything, didn't lose anything either. You know, but I was patient. I stuck to my plan, and that's what this is all about. Okay, and then finally, there's a number of the guys in the Facebook group, and you're welcome to come along, by the way. It's just a friendly bunch, no selling allowed in there or anything like that. Just having a general chit chat about the markets, and there's a few of them like the DAX. Okay, yes, Stefan, I'm on about you and that demon thing. If you're in there, you'll understand. I like the DAX. The DAX is a good market, but it's also quite it'll give you a good punch in the nose if you don't treat it with a bit of respect. So let's have a look at this and see what we can see today. Okay. Well, it looks like it's gone into a form of a range here. And that was a royal thump. It's dancing on this level. It's pushing up. I think it's going to dance this today. You know, so there's a good 40 odd pip move there to that one. Then when it gets there, it's anyone's game. Let's have a look. See what the bigger picture has to say for itself. You see, if you look at that, that isn't going anywhere, not particularly. You know, it's come down, it's bounced up, it's come back down, and it is tightening up at this end. So you could say that there's a wedge forming here. Now, if that breaks to the upside, it's 200 pips or so to get up there, but these are sort of all-time highs. You know, it hasn't, every time it's got up there, it has slammed away pretty hard. Okay, so it's had a steady run back up. It's stalling. And I think the overall trend for this is going to be down into this level here, this red line. Okay, take it off a 4 hour. And you can kind of see it's meandered around. It's had a good push down. It's tried to push up, had an almighty push up, but didn't half slam back down. And then it hasn't gone anywhere. Okay, it's just sort of meandered about. So I think it'll try and push up onto this level here. So that'll be like 12,950-ish. And then we'll have a look at it. But overall, I think it's going to try and get down to here in the coming weeks. You know, certainly. Yeah, definitely. Because if I stick my good old fibby on, because you know I like a fib, it's been up. It hasn't broken the new highs, but it has cracked the 23.6, which happens to be bang on this level. So because the DAX can move quite a bit, I can't see any reason why it can't get to there, but then work its way down to here. And that is the next area of interest between the 50 and the 61.8, the golden ratio. And if it cracks the 61.8, which it can well do, the next logical point is that red line that I've just shown you. So that's kind of the thought process. And there was also congestion around that area as well. So it's all about putting clues together, like what I said before. So these are the 4 markets I'll be looking at today. Ideally, try and pull some money out of it. And for those of you who are interested, my current stats for this week, that was yesterday, from the Euro and the DAX, 1170. Did a video on it last night, and it is pulling in a decent amount. So my month so far is 5,104 with a pip count of 968 for week 3, and hopefully we'll not lose that next week. So there we go. So good round figures, some good meat on the bones today, and best of luck, guys. And remember, keep the coffee flowing, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.